So wait, hold on. Before you guys continue talking about your chicken, Phil, so we were at the park and Charlotte, myself and Charlotte, and we were talking. It was like one of the last days that we could be in the park and talking about, we were keeping our social distance, by the way, just to clarify, apart from each other. And we were getting dinner. We were talking about getting dinner from like a local place. And Charlotte and I don't eat meat, but Jules and Ray both have a love for fried chicken. So Ray suggested this fried chicken, and Charlotte brought it home for Jules.
Yes,
and it was
fried chicken, and it was delicious. But it was a buffalo sauce. It was. Ooh, she was hot. So I just had the white sauce that was in it. I don't know what it was.
I can't believe that sauce was like hot for you.
A ranch sauce, but
yeah,
it did have some kick, like some sweet chili kind of kick to it for sure. But if you combo the two, then it's a good one.
I did combo the two at one stage, and it was delightful. But yeah, I had to hit pause on that hot sauce. I don't do well with hot sauce. I can't. It's always mild for me. Oh, here's the dogs.
Sorry, hold on. There's just a lot of kissing happening.
There's a lot of love.
A lot of obsession going on. I just want to clarify that Josh was not drinking a chocolatini while eating his peanut butter ice cream. He was actually drinking, he was enjoying a dirty martini with peanut butter ice cream because he told me that he has layers.
What does that mean?
Attest to that, right?
Josh definitely has layers.
Yeah, has layers.
For sure.
So yeah, that fried chicken was amazing. So good. How was the cheesecake?
The Cheesecake Factory was amazing.
Yeah.
I had Thai lettuce wraps and cheeseburger spring rolls.
Those cheeseburger spring rolls look pretty badass.
Yeah, Charlotte was telling us about those. They sounded pretty great.
Yeah.
For lunch the next day. And yeah. Oh, look at all these questions.
Okay.
Answer some questions.
You guys both are going to be really good at the questions. You answer the questions.
Okay. Jules needs to moderate a panel at con. Yes, I do.
Jules, Herpers love ya. Jules, have you had the Nutella cheesecake? How long have you guys been friends? I make taco egg rolls.
Oh, you gonna let me answer them?
Oh,
yeah, it's gonna die.
Yeah, answer.
Hold on, we gotta readjust. I gotta plug in.
Oh man, we've lost some views. I tell you. We've decreased by 100. I think it was with the chicken story.
The chicken story wasn't so popular.
Yeah, because then people are like, buffalo's not spicy, and they're probably right. I don't know. I'm just. I don't.
Okay, you tell us what you were gonna say, Jules. Answer some of the questions.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Go for it for a while.
Cool.
I think everyone's finding you very entertaining.
Okay. Who's Josh, guys? He's Kat's boss.
He works at Sci-Fi. Also Josh from Sci-Fi.
By the way, Kat's in Josh's bad books because she guessed vanilla ice cream as his flavor.
Because I thought he was having a martini, and no, Josh. Here's the thing. I think that you're an elevated human, and I think that if you were gonna have a martini, you would have it with something that would complement the flavors. And the only thing out of all those choices that I thought could possibly work was vanilla. It was a compliment.
Yes, I'm from New Zealand.
Go, keep going, Julie. Keep going.
Sorry to interrupt that vanilla story.
The vanilla story.
There we go. That's why I'm here. Okay. Hey, look. Let's Kat's favorite book. There you go. What's your favorite book, Kat?
The Giver by Lois Lowry. Have you ever read that?
No, I haven't.
Charlotte, have you ever read it?
You can speak actual words.
You can speak words if you don't have to be on the camera.
There we go. All right.
You said no?
No.
Okay, no. Charlotte, I'm going to bring that for you next time we're allowed to see each other.
Thank you.
Hey, Jake.
It's such a fast read, you could read it in a day.
Excellent.
Okay. Okay. There's no more questions. The Giver is a great book. See, people agree with you.
Look, Ray, they say, can't believe Ray is so amazing. His cooking every night. That's commitment. It is. And also because we would eat horrible food if I was cooking. So he cooks, and it's wonderful.
It's not true. Kat's not that bad. But we kind of have a deal. She'll clean the dishes, and I'll cook. And Bernie will eat the kind of crumbs that fall on the floor, and he'll try.
We're not that messy.
And, well, there's a little bit of a mess. A little bit of mess accumulates. But no, we're not that messy. But Kat, you're decent. You know,
I'm decent. I've made
stuff.
Decent things.
You can make salad.
I can make salad.
You can make tacos.
Here's the thing. I just don't enjoy it. And you love cooking.
Jake just asked if I like mayonnaise. I do like mayonnaise.
If you like mayonnaise, Jake is on here?
Yeah, Jake was on here.
Bridget's Jake?
Yeah, he said, Jules, do you like mayonnaise? It's a funny joke because I love mayonnaise, everyone. So everyone talks about getting me mayonnaise for Christmas and everything. And it's a funny joke and it's lasted 2 years.
What?
Jules, what's your favorite Meryl Streep movie?
Ooh, Death Becomes Her.
Who?
Death Becomes
Death Becomes Her. Okay.
Death Becomes Her.
Sometimes Jules' accent, yeah, and then I'm back.
Okay.
Can Ray share his experience on Kat's bachelorette party?
Yes, yes. You tell the story without any of us chiming in. You tell us how it went, and we'll see if the stories match up.
I don't know if there's much to tell. You guys all came home, then there was a lot of vomit.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you clean it up?
Did you clean it up?
Well, there was some direction into. Wait a second, are you throwing me into the bus saying that I didn't clean up?
Yeah,
Whoa.
No, it was Bridget as well, but it was me first. And I said that you left the vomit clean up to Bridget and a little bit of Kat herself because she did the scoop. And
you know what is funny though is that as soon as Kat did throw up, Kat's other bridesmaid, Karen, she looked at me, I looked at her, she looked back at me, and she was like, "Good night."
Yeah.
And that's when I knew it was time to wrap it up. It was time to go for me.
Wrap it up.
But then you wrapped it up literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
And then you walked across the street and basically dumped out the garbage. What was it? What with who?
Bridget.
With Bridget, yeah.
Yeah, and it was in the park.
But I remember Kara's piecing out and literally was like, yeah, that's not good. It was like it was like a flight that I had, one of the worst flights that I've ever had. Huge turbulence. We dropped like 1,000 feet. I'm not kidding. I looked over at the flight attendant. She looked at me. I looked at her. She looked back at me and she went, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And she jumped in her seat and put her seatbelt on. I was like,
"Is this a real story? How did we go from vomiting to vomiting? What happened?"
Well, Karis's look was like the same.
Oh, Karis's look. I see. Sorry, you can come back in. I just had to readjust.
What's our favorite character from Winona Earp? Mine is Bunny.
Good answer.
Bunny Loblaw?
Yeah. And
you guys know that I just found out that Bunny Loblaw is actually the writer named that character off a real person who works at the Loblaw supermarket.
No.
Bernie, we don't need to bark. It's okay. Come on. You come here. Good boy. Bernie likes to bark at any weird oh boy. Oh, look. Look who needs attention because I was talking to the other one. Jules, how is your new NBA game going? And can you tell Ray that what you said about him borrowing it?
Why am I getting sorry? Yes, okay, first of all, no. I've just about finished Red Dead Redemption and I'm then going on to the basketball game, and then once I finish that, then you will receive it. I played it for like half an hour to get the whatever, the buttons right, and then no one cares about this.
Can you guys play it over the internet?
Let's barter.
We can, but I don't enjoy that.
Neither do I. Let's barter for a second though. How about the basketball game sooner, and I will trade you whatever game you want for the basketball game.
What games do you have?
Yeah, what you got? What you got? What you got for me?
You know, you've lived here. You know all my games.
With their knowledge, they knew I was living there, by the way.
Yeah, we knew. We knew she was here.
I can't remember, but
weed cake story.
Jake's at work, and he sent that to say hi.
Jake! Oh, look at him, his little hard hat. He looks cute.
For a second, I thought that was a leather hat.
A leather hat.
Yeah.
What kind of Jake has pivoted in his work. The weed cake story, Ray. Would you like to tell a little bit about that story?
Yes, this is what the people want. Give them this. Do it. It's great.
The wheat cake story. Did you already tell the wheat cake story?
I've told bits of it. We want to hear your version of it. Your Cole's Notes version, because it's a pretty long story.
Story. So we were renting a friend's house, and I had it was in the afternoon, something like that. Kat went into the fridge to get herself a little bit of a snack. Really, is really what it was. She went into the freezer because she couldn't find anything in the fridge, and she discovered a really luscious, beautiful chocolate cake. And so she decided to cut herself a piece of chocolate cake. But it wasn't a small piece. It was a generous piece, let's just say, right? It was a generous piece.
I had 2 pieces.
Yeah, so it was about the equivalent of 2 pieces in one piece. And so she, proceeded to eat the chocolate cake. And then I had to do a self-tape. So we kind of rejigged the bedroom, and we did, we're getting ready to do the self-tape. And
what he means by that is moved the furniture around, just to clarify.
Yeah. And so we started, and then we started to kind of rehearse the lines once, and Kat was reading with me, and she kept flubbing the lines. She couldn't, it was almost like she had marbles in her mouth. She couldn't start, like, kind of enunciate and get through some of the words. And I looked at her at one point, and I just went, "You okay? Is everything okay?" And she was like, and she just looked at me, and she was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. So we did a take, and then she couldn't read anymore. So she was like, let's just 1 second. She sat on the bed. She's going through this book, and she's flipping through it, and then she stops. She looks up at me, and she goes, "Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God." And she kind of starts having a panic attack, and I'm like, what's going on? I thought it was something in the book that she said. It was like a photography book. I'm like, what did you see something bad? What?
Damn photography.
And I'm like, what is it? She goes, I feel really weird. I feel really weird. And she goes, oh my God. What was in that chocolate cake? And I said, what do you mean? What was in it? She goes, I think there was drugs. I think there was weed in the chocolate cake. She goes, I go, what do you mean? She goes, I said, our friends had the party.
So it's because when I tasted it, I had a moment of going, this tastes sort of freezer burnt.
Yeah.
Or this tastes weird.
Yeah.
And then I was like, it sort of tastes like weed.
Yeah.
However, it must just be freezer burnt because they just had a birthday party for their 1-year-old daughter, and this is clearly her leftover birthday cake.
So that's what we said.
So thank God I had that fucking moment.
I said that to Kat. I said, it was for the girl, for the little girl. I'm sure it was fine. And she goes, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this was for the parents. It was for, it was for our friend. And I was like, no, I'm trying to talk her down. And she's like, she's on the ledge. She's like hanging off. It's postcards from the edge. Okay. It's like,
nice reference.
There you go. Meryl for you.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
That's my favorite Meryl, by the way.
Postcards from the edge? I gotta watch that.
That's probably right up there for me.
Good for you.
And then, so she's hanging out there, and she goes, call our friend.
You can say his name, Thomas. Call Thomas. You need to call Thomas.
I text
Ask
Thomas.
Ask him if there's weed in the cake.
And I couldn't get through to him. And I said, hey, dude, what's up with the chocolate cake in the fridge? And he calls me, and then he goes, and he just looked, and he he said, "What's going on?" I said, "Cat had a piece of chocolate cake," and he goes, "Really? That's fucking great, man. She's gonna feel great." I go, "What do you mean?" I go, "What? It's a wheat. There's wheat in the cake." He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "It was my birthday last weekend, and someone brought an incredible pot cake and wheat cake, and that's what you had." And he goes, "How big was the piece?" I go, "Cat, how big was the piece?" She's like, "It was pretty."
Like,
pretty
show
big.
them with your hands
big.
what I did.
What did you do? Show them.
Well, I was trying to measure it, but at this point, I was completely fucked. Yeah, it was a big piece.
So we find out that it was in fact a wheat cake, and I then try to get Kat to, talk her off the ledge. Here's the crazy thing. I had 2 more self-tapes to do that came in that needed to be done the next day. We were in Venice at the time. We were far away from any of our friends that I could get to come in and help me tape. And
so if you let me sleep, you put me in front of tennis, which is the worst game
the US Open was
to
on.
watch when you are high beyond comprehension, because if you don't understand tennis, it seems like they're playing the exact same game
what
over
do you mean you don't understand tennis, though? Tennis is tennis. What do you mean you don't understand it?
I don't understand the scoring of tennis. So it's like 30, love. I don't know the fuck the difference is. So for me, because I had no idea of the passage of time. I was like, every 5 seconds, I kept on asking him.
See,
I freaking
tacos
hate
are tasty.
tennis. Exactly,
Cat
tennis. I hate tennis.
Sure.
Lots of tennis hate.
But
I mean,
I love tennis over here.
Ray you love tennis.
No, but someone said they love tennis.
But someone better be recording
tennis
this. I'm sure it's gonna end up on a YouTube video. I know
13.
somebody's one.
Tennis is great.
Okay.
For sure.
So then I watched tennis, and then I was instructed to take a nap while freaking out. Well, not instructed. I was advised. that I needed
you weren't advised. You just passed out. You couldn't do anything. You just passed out.
But the thing is,
I'm going to finish the story because she asked me to finish the story. So I'm going to finish it. So 2 hours go by. She sleeps. We're losing light. We don't have any lights. And so I wake Kat up and I said, "Honey, we got to do this somehow. We just got to do this. Can you summon up Meryl as best you can, and let's just try to get through this.
I just need you to pull it together."
And so she gets in the bedroom.
And he goes to me, no, this is what I remember. You go, "Can you read?" I was like, "You want me to fucking read right now? Are you insane? I can't even remember what my name is."
Here's the amazing part. She literally channeled Meryl. It was fantastic. We did it like a couple takes. I mean, it was done. So we got through that. The next day, but in the end, you woke up and you were still high.
I still felt it the next day.
Yeah.
Because guys, keep in mind, I had like 4 times the amount that a large man should have of this cake.
Yeah.
Keep this in mind. So
a large
man. Well, yeah, and this was like homegrown Venice Beach pot from like one of their beautiful hippie friends that grows his own stuff, like super pure, super potent. And he made the cake. And so all that I remember, and I don't remember much of the day, we did read, and I didn't look up from the page once because I had no short-term memory. So if I looked up from the page to read the scene with Ray, I would forget all of the words. I would forget my place.
She was very focused.
And then I remember, all I remember is we took Burnout for a walk that night, and I just walked like 4 steps behind them, and I laughed for like
the entire time. And then wait, and here's the capper, because we said Cole's notes of the story. It's not happening. But the next day, she had to go to the DMV to literally try and get her license.
Don't tell that part.
Don't tell that part, Ray.
And no, of course not. And you.
So I thought I was fine. And I got in line, and then I realized that I was still a little bit off, and I went home.
I think I'm still high. So 3 days. It was a 3-day high.
No. It was a 2-day. It left me. I ate that cake at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I felt it finally leave my body. I am not kidding. At like 10 p.m. the next day. Yeah. I don't know how that's even possible.
Thomas Michael.
Anyways, that's my story.
You guys want good wheat cake? Call Thomas Michael.
Don't say his name.
I once ate 12 donuts when I was high once, and I was with my brother. I was with my brother, and I wasn't paying attention because you don't pay attention too much to the food you're consuming when you're high. And he was like, "Oh, Jules, I think you're on your 12 donuts." And they were not small donuts; they were like big ass donuts. And I just had no idea.
Oh man, 12 is a lot. Did you feel horrible?
You consumed 12 donuts?
Yep.
Like
I can.
12 wheat donuts.
No. No.
She would be. Are you kidding? No.
That's what I thought you said. That's what I thought I heard.
That you eat. But yeah. But no, good times.
Yeah, really good times.
One time I ate an entire bag of Chicago mix when I had an edible at the cottage.
That's like a Friday night. That's fine.
That's like a Friday night.
She ended up dancing like a lizard.
I danced in one of those
very
bags.
Very entertaining night. It was a very entertaining night.
It was one of those, like, it was like a giant, Jules, you would love this. It's like a giant stretchy pillowcase, and you put your whole body inside of it.
Why would I love that?
Because it's so fun. What did Charlotte say?
Mr. G's room. We've seen, it's off Summer Heights High. It's an Australian.
Oh my God, I fucking love Summer Heights High. Guys, that's what you should be watching during quarantine. Some of you were asking for show suggestions.
Yeah.
You should watch Summer Heights High if you haven't seen it.
So
how does one dance like a lizard? They want to know.
It was just like I was in this bag and I was feeling very artistic, and I just sort of slithered. I'll have to recreate it one day. I need to find one of those.
We'll recreate it for you.
One of those you step inside this thing and you become like, you move around in it. It's very cool.
You step inside this thing.
It's like a stretchy, it's like what a gymnastics suit is made of, but it's a life-size human pillowcase.
Stuff that you find at the cottage.
Yeah. Our friend at his cottage has like a tickle trunk of costumes. And we all have dance parties. Let me.
It's not that kind of cottage, guys. It's not that kind of cottage. Take it easy.
Like
take it easy.
Hats and weird costumes. This dog, can I just show you?
Yeah, give it to the dog.
She's so cute. If I have to hold her paw because if I put it down.
Oh man. I want that.
Oh, Piper.
Why is she staying with you? Because
her dad is a police officer.
We kidnapped her.
She has to hold my hand. It's so cute.
We dog-napped her.
Is Bernie jealous?
No, he's passed out next to me. He doesn't care.
He's over there on the other side of him.
He's over here.
All right.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Let's.
Before we ran, oh my goodness, it's 11 o'clock. It's way past my bedtime.
No, it is not.
Is that a Canadian thing? What? Dancing like a lizard or a cottage? Both.
Give it to us. Anything. Give us a question.
Give us one last question, guys.
Jules, what's your zodiac? The best one.
Is it?
No, I don't know. I just said that.
Do you even know what
Jules, can you do any impressions, Jules?
Do I do any impressions?
Let's address the tickle trunk.
We should address the tickle.
Guys, it's a costume trunk of like weird fun costumes.
Where tickle come from though? Why is it a tickle?
What? I don't know. It's just like what people call them. Tickle trunks? No, you've never heard that before?
Does Kat have a tattoo? I don't think so.
No.
No.
I don't have any. How many tattoos do you have, Jules?
Oh, I've got 10.
Teen.
10.
10.
Teen.
I got
10.
Teen.
Teen tattoos.
Yeah, they're all over my body.
Get TikTok.
No, I can't. I already have to delete social media.
Jules, do you have TikTok?
Off my phone.
I don't. I feel like I would be great at it.
I think I'm too old for TikTok. You would be great at it. Apparently, it's just dancing. Ooh,
Yeah.
The
Raptor shirt. Yeah.
You know what I did see today? There's somebody that did a TikTok thing about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, about it's pretty funny, man. It was the New Kids. I think it was a Backstreet Boys.
Oh, yeah.
It was a Backstreet Boys reference, and he's doing like a lineup, and he's talking to there's like 5 different people, and the girl's basically trying to figure out who the murderer is. And she said all she can remember is that they were listening to a Backstreet Boys song. So he starts by questioning each of them. He says, start singing the song. And they're like, what? Really? So they're like, you are my fire. Okay, number 2. My one desire. Number 3. And then it kind of goes, and then they all start singing it. And then he starts getting into it, and he starts singing it with him. And then she goes, oh my God, it was number 5. Number 5, kill my brother. And he goes, and then he's like,
what are you talking about?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine woman, come on, keep up.
I was distracted by the dog.
Has anyone else seen that scene?
That was an excuse for
that episode? And it was very funny, but somebody did a TikTok.
I love that scene, yes.
Yeah,
Okay, you're not crazy.
Remember it. You've got the crowd with you.
Number 5 killed my brother. Already completely forgot about that. Okay.
Number 5 killed my brother. And he's like, oh yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Your brother, right. Very funny.